Hello, everyone. Today, we have Jake and Chris and myself here down. We're all meeting each other in the man cave. We're all so glad that you can join us here. We're going to do our 8th episode here on season 2, where not only will I, but Chris will be drinking his favorite beverages, and with our very special guest, Mr. Jake Patton. Everybody, a round of applause for Jake Patton.
You're kidding, right?
Did that come off fresh?
So fresh.
Fresh? Fresh. Like fresh to death.
Did it sound solid? Did it sound professional?
Sure.
But I am very thankful that you guys are here. Everyone's here, meeting us down here in the man cave here on Splendid YouTube. I'm trying to cut back on my F-bombs. Fuck, that sounded really gay.
Our sexpert Dorothy Black is joining me in studio, and today we're going to be chatting about premature ejaculation. Dorothy, nice to see you again.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you doing?
Good. How are
Excellent.
you?
I'm good.
So today we're talking about premature ejaculation.
Yes.
I love that. I love the hand gestures that come with it. Okay. So
Yes.
premature ejaculation.
Right.
How does it happen?
My shirt already blew it for you.
And of course, all of our fine listeners
It's already
on your favorite podcasting app. Now, I'm trying to work on this monologue a little bit better here. But before I butcher it up even more, since Jake is here with Chris and I, Jake, how have you been doing?
I've been doing okay, Scott.
Come on, fellas. We gotta amp shit up here. What's going on here? Where's the energy?
I
Come
think
on.
Jake looks just a tad bit older today.
Yes. Today is my 36th birthday, and I feel good. Thanks.
Cheers to Jake.
Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
See, no one else did that to you on your birthday today. Yeah.
How'd the birthday go?
Oh, very nice.
Very nice. Do anything special?
Yeah.
Have some fun?
My family and I went out to Old Town Buffet, and I ate way too much. and then we went and seen Wonka, and that was fun.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Theater in a
cool.
when
Cool. Did you like it?
Yeah.
I've heard good things about that. Sorry.
Pretty good.
It was good.
When I listen to the original podcast format, talk radio, every Friday, a show that I listen to, there's a guy that comes on and does movie reviews. And there's not a lot of good reviews going on right now for him, but Wonka was one of them. He said it was actually pretty decent. So that's what's going to happen for a while with the writer's strike that was going on. So
I was gonna say I don't remember hearing too much about it until it was actually like right on top of us and it was actually releasing, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" I didn't even know they were doing that.
And right now, the one that's getting most attention right now is Barbie. Serious? I've watched it. It's actually good. I kid you not.
You know what? I tried to watch it, and I shit you not. Natalie came in and laid down, and she rolled over, and she said, "What the fuck are you watching?"
I got the humor out of it. How they were actually making fun of today's society. So, and the art, and the artwork to it, I thought was pretty spectacular. So, and let's face it, Barbie never looked better. Yeah.
Margot Robbie, right?
Never looked better. So back to Jake. Sorry.
But what's his name?
Ryan Gosling.
No, I was just going to say,
There you
what's his name? Ryan Gosling. What was he doing? That was crazy. I couldn't believe he accepted that role. I was watching it the whole time, and I was like, oh my God. This is the same dude that was in Drive.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
He's typecast as the buck.
I liked it too. Oh.
What? Hey, there's nothing wrong with saying you were attracted to Barbie for the first time in ages. Hey, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
Nah, considering what's out there today,
I'm totally no.
Sorry. Well, I want to get back to Jake here. I mean, it is your birthday. You're 36 today. You had your favorites from what we discovered in an earlier season 1, what your favorite restaurant is. Dinner and a movie on your birthday. As far as I'm concerned, that's pretty sweet. So your birthday is so close to New Year's. Yeah. Chris deals with that with his daughter for Christmas. So what has it been like for you growing up, having your birthday so close to New Year's? Does it matter at all at 36, or was it kind of cool when you were younger?
It was cooler when I was younger, but yeah, it's changed a lot since I've gotten older, and I find that I buy myself more stuff, so I asked for less stuff. If my mom says, "Hey, what do you want?" I just tell her a few things, versus when I was a kid and I wanted everything.
Yeah. Well, let's face it.
Oh yeah,
Chris, as you could see, he was already spoiled from his Christmas present. You got to meet us in the Man Cave T-shirt. That's all you need, as we're not wearing ours, so because it's in the laundry,
awesome,
right?
Although I did just buy a
so bunch. That was you, because I got a notification. I'm like, holy shit! That's just more money going towards our. That's like $5 more going to our streaming service. So thank you for supporting our own streaming service.
Hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. But no, I mean the bar. I mean, I don't know if we ever really said anything, but the bar is. I mean, it's semi-complete. It's built. I just gotta paint it and do the poly on it and everything like that. But bought some coasters. Bought 2 sets of coasters. Has to have coasters over there, and then a couple hats. I didn't get no plates.
Son of
no plates. But
it'll eventually have to be a part of your decor.
Yeah, I'll put a fucking plate on the wall back there. Yeah.
Meet Us in the Man Cave apparel available now. Get your very own Meet Us in the Man Cave house, boat, car, child, guitar, batteries, dishes, household apparel, kitchen apparel, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, shower curtains, phone cases. Oh, the list could go on and on and on. Isn't that right, Chris?
Question. Can I do it with my butt cheeks?
Meet Us in the Man Cave apparel available right now at redbubble.com. Remember, only a few of those items are available, including hats. Now, Jake, we've already found out that you're 36 years younger. You got yourself, your favorite meal, got to see a movie. And I told you before Chris joined us and all that, just giving a little heads up. I don't know how it is for you. And I'm going to ask now, Jake, when you're looking at your computer screen right now, and Chris, I'm not trying to upset you anymore because Riverside is covering our ass, and I want to get into that too. Jake, in all seriousness, does Chris's image look a little different to you right now?
Yeah, it looks kind of blurry.
Unfortunately, and Chris has beaten himself. I mean, like nails to, Have you ever heard of a internet service provider called Frontier, Jake?
Yes, I have, Scott.
What are your thoughts when you've heard about them? In other words, Chris, Jake and I have already talked about this. You should have seen the look on his face when I said Frontier. Jake, if you could try to relive that moment.
Okay.
It was so funny.
Let's see. My exact words were, "Oh no." I've had them before, and they're not the best. I would say I've had better. To quote Jim Carrey from Liar, Liar, Liar.
It's an issue. I don't know what else I can honestly do. I've had them out twice, and they went over things, and they had me at a lower package. They were essentially throttling my speeds because I had to have a whole separate line dedicated to just this pole barn. So I had this whole extra line put in, and they were throttling my speeds to this one. And it's like, I got them out here and I was like, why in the hell are you throttling my speeds? Like, I want the same speed in the house and I want the same speed out here. So after a whole bunch of back and forth, we essentially got all that ironed out, and we could get back to the same speed in the house and same speed out here. So I was kind of happy, thinking it may resolve it. But right now I'm doing about 120. So it differs between 120 and 130 download. And then I'm doing about 8 upload. I was talking to the guy and I was like, yeah, we're shooting at like 1020, like 30 frames per second. And he's like, yeah, 1020s. If you're shooting at 720, you'd probably be okay. And I'm like, well, not going to fucking do that. Like I have this camera here for a damn reason. Like I'm not going to do that.
Me. That's what he actually said.
Yeah, I guess this is where we're at.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's utter bullshit right there. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this, and I'm not trying to pour salt into the wound, Chris. I want to talk about this as here we are. Oh, let me see. The last time I checked, it turned 2024. Jake, you would know your birthday's pretty close to that, right? Yeah. So if you do like maybe upload a 720, that's utter bullshit. Because how can you play your video games with? Someday we're going to talk more about video games here because Chris is a big gamer and Jake, of course, you're a gamer. That's what it doesn't make any sense to me. How is it that you could stream your games just fine, your movies just fine, but when it comes to what we're doing right here, all of a sudden we're back in the early 2000s with upload speeds? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, video gaming for some reason, it's not too bad. I haven't had any like dropped games, any multiplayer matches, anything go wrong. But this, it just seems like it doesn't have enough to keep up. Coming from Metronet to this is like, wow. It's fucking nuts.
It's the upload speeds is what's doing it. So this is, hopefully it might be educational for individuals out there. Tells you, because Spectrum is guilty at that too. They'll talk about, you can get like now here in this area up to 500, but they don't necessarily tell you your upload speeds, which is much slower. Metronet, a company that uses the optical. I'm butchering everything. But it's different than what Spectrum has done. I think Frontier is more like a DHL. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So they use DSL.
Sorry, DSL.
But they also have a fiber optic package, but it's just not available in my area yet.
Well, if that happens, you'll see night and day.
Yeah, Spectrum is the whole coax,
which that used to be the fastest.
I doubt it.
That used to be.
Yeah,
because they had the broadband, which is what they technically have now. But yeah, the fiber optic. If Spectrum is going to do everything they can in their power, like other companies that uses the broadband, to avoid going, because it's going to cost them so much money to reline all of that, because it's much different. Metronet and fiber optic, that line is, it's thinner than it's almost about as thin as a speaker wire, and it's so much faster. It's just so much faster. And when you're doing anything like what we're doing here, it's definitely the way to go. And what we're doing here, Jake, with his YouTube channel, which like I said, I'll get caught up this week with what he does and with what we're doing here. Thankfully, with Riverside, and I really am telling myself I need to be more focused on Riverside on its own little short, podcast on its own. I find myself falling in love with Riverside more and more, especially when we get into hiccups like this. Because if you could see what Jake and I are seeing right now, we're getting visuals of Chris as if he's 240p right now. And it's pissing Chris off.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Riverside, the way their service is used, they're downloading his 1080p, which Frontier apparently can't do. But Riverside is able to upload a 1080p HD or 4K to a cloud service that I can pull, or any editor can pull, and it looks crystal clear, thankfully. And I wanted to bring that up with you, Chris, because like when we had Morgan on with us last week, which was awesome, you were worried about that. And as I'm editing that, I'm like, oh man, he needs to see this right now.
I think my thing that really gripes my ass, is kind of the I can tell there's like a delay.
Yeah.
I can tell when I talk, a few seconds later, you're like, yeah. And that's really pissing me off because we have far too much back and forths to where it's like, damn, we gotta work this out.
And as of right now, this is for and I understand what you're saying because that may have had something to do with the echoes. But as I'm looking at my Riverside software right now, it's showing that myself, Chris, and Jake, we're all uploading at 99%. So that's a good thing. And it's also showing that the actual recording high quality is on all three of us. So we're good there. So yeah, I will definitely preach more Riverside.
Yeah, it's just something with the actual streaming part of it. I don't know what upload. That is. It's just that upload. It's got to be.
Now that we got the I don't want to say boring stuff because to me it's fascinating, but for others out there that don't care about this stuff, then again, if you are thinking about getting into something like this, it's important stuff. That being said, guys, Chris, you brought it up. You sent me a text. You came up with the top 5.
Did I?
A top 5 of impactful deaths.
You're fine.
Hey, Chris was thinking, why don't we celebrate a little bit of a Halloween? Your top 5 of impactful deaths. And naturally, I went down the real world too. But let's do Halloween right now. Do you guys want to do Halloween impactful deaths?
Anyone? The Great Depression.
I'm going to be on the fly with this because I didn't prepare anything.
How about top 5 impactful deaths of the real world? Or we could just drink beer instead.
Bloody hell, who's all those lagers?
Oh, I brought them in there for afterwards.
Okay, I'm thinking, Rachel. Hey, lads! There's a stack of lager in here!
No, come on. I said they were for afterwards.
Free lager.
Well, all right, you can have one now, but just one, okay?
Well, this lot shouldn't take long.
Hey,
okay.
Whatever you guys want to do.
I'll tell you what. I already gave Jake an idea of the impactful deaths. And since we're all I think, you know what, let's give our Halloween fans, and I think, Chris, you'll be able, as we tend to talk more, I think it'll come to mind to you on what your top 5 will be. So Jake, since it's your birthday and you're all full from your favorite dinner, do you have, sir, and you could go in any order you want, it's your top 5 list of impactful deaths that you believe through your vision, through your heart, affected you, or maybe the viewing audiences out there?
From the Halloween franchise?
Absolutely. Anyone you want. If you want to do it, everybody does it in their order, yes. Like my number 5 is, and then I can go. And then we'll let Chris go last since he's kind of like still thinking about it.
I guess I'll start with my number 5. But I should state that I love all these characters. So I love them all the same. So number 5 is Sheriff Meeker. In Halloween 5, that was just so sad. He was an amazing character.
And I'll go with as what you're saying. That's exactly how I was going with what kind of affected me. It's impactful. And to be honest, I have my list here, so I'll make sure I'm going with it here. My number 5. I almost was going to avoid the trilogy, the last trilogy. Sorry, Jake, was there something else that you wanted to add before I started rambling on?
No, Scott.
The trilogy, the last trilogy, at first something, and I'm not going to add anything from it because I've shared my thoughts and feelings a lot about it. But, to be truthful, let's face it, Halloween Kills had a lot of over the top. Let's do some John Wick. Let's do some Jason Voorhees. Let's just do the over-the-top type of K-word. I'm trying to, think of YouTube right now. But the Cameron in the Myers house, towards the end, to give credit to the actor, he was the one who was responsible for the acting on how his, when James Ducournau, when they're playing out that scene, that Michael Myers just how they did that and how Michael just was relentless on that guy. I was like, damn, that was pretty impactful, I think. So that's my number 5. Cameron basically breaking his own neck. Yeah. So Chris, do you got a feel for what your 5 may be now?
I'm going to have to say it felt out of place. It felt like it didn't give her the just deserves that she needed to have. Danielle Harris's replacement. I mean, Jamie's death in age 6, I'd say. Didn't go. It was impactful for the wrong reasons, I guess, but it was impactful because it felt wrong. It was like, no, that shouldn't have happened that way. Damn it.
Okay, old man Patton.
Let's see. Okay, my number 4 is actually going to be Jamie Lloyd from age 6 because someone did not understand how important her character was in 4 and 5, and how much people loved her. That her death, like you said, Chris, it just felt wrong, and her character was so important. But yeah, Jamie Lloyd.
And of course, if they have the producers and the regular cut, you have different versions on how her ass got killed, which I know that's common in a lot of movies, but it's like, let's rub it in more and show you how many times we can kill her with a different actor. Now, this is no disrespect to age 6. I didn't add any of that because I kind of had in my head that Chris was going to add that in there. So I was thinking outside the box, but hey, just showing my homage respect to it anyways. But my number 4 is actually going to be from Halloween 5. And that is Rachel. I was pissed off that she got killed because, first of all, she's one of my favorite Survivor girls. Maybe I had a crush on her or something, but I was also like, how the hell did she die from getting stabbed in the shoulder or whatever the particular, let's call it the shoulder. That pissed me off in the most impactful way. So Rachel was my number 4 from Halloween 5.
And I don't want to. That's why I had that look on my face, because that's exactly where I was going. It was Rachel. It was just we've spoken about that several times. How wrong that felt. How flat it felt. How for the wrong reasons. It was impactful, but just the wrong way. I mean, when I was thinking of this list, I wanted it to be like impactful, like driving the narrative, driving the storyline further. What was most impactful? But I guess it makes sense that it's impactful for us as well. Not necessarily just to drive the story along, because she didn't. They just killed her.
And the more I do these podcasts with you, Chris, I honestly was thinking when Chris Brink comes up with an idea, there's more meaning to it. And I honestly thought, you know what, when he's thinking impactful, and then you stated Halloween later, it's going to be a little bit more than just, a 10-minute ad of impactful deaths. So like I said, the more I do these podcasts, the more I'm starting to, and I get it. I understand. I think for me, I was also thinking about, as I told you earlier, real world crime shit, which I really go down that rabbit hole, but Jake, you're starting to show signs of getting old there. I'm saying that because you got your leather. Well, and I'm a little bit older than you.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
I had to buy myself a birthday present.
Hey, technically you haven't reached middle age yet, so I could tease you all I want about this. So congratulations.
Okay.
You're still young, but you're getting just a little bit, I'm not going to rub it in. You know what? Young man, 36 years young. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is actually Rachel Carruthers from Halloween 5. I loved her, and she was such a badass in part 4. How the hell did she get killed? And she was so smarter. And
exactly.
Damn it. Yeah.
Exactly. She was probably the smartest one. Even on the polls, when they done the the actress herself, she seems wiser than the others. All right, where am I at now? Oh, number 3. Okay, this is going to be how it impacted me as a young boy going to see my second Halloween film on the big screen. And I could think any person that goes to see this for the first time, especially at a young age, when you have to see Nurse Karen stripped down to get in that hot tub. Now you got to imagine in 1981, I was 11 years old. So that was extremely impactful for me. So yes, that is going to be my number 3. Nurse Karen, the hot tub scene. Of course, that's played by Pamela Susan Shoop, is it?
Yes.
Wow. Holy shit. I forget names all the time, but somehow I remember Pamela's.
I mean,
I wonder why.
Well, my
Maybe something about
exactly. How did you forget
my
it?
mom's name is Susan. That's yeah. Yeah, that's why. That's what I'm sticking to.
Those were an absolute work of art. I think Michelangelo sculpted
all the
Jesus,
the metal tub. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Today's.
That's
today's?
right. So
We on
I'm
today's?
getting a little bit closer to Chris's meaning here. You'll definitely hear the next two from me.
I think I'm gonna go since we're really on this kind of fell flat, like personal impact thing that we're on right now. I think I'm gonna go with
Damn you, Frontier.
Loomis and H6.
Ooh.
Loomis and H6. You know, that's interesting because for me, I was always confused.
I was waiting for the. I was waiting for the follow up. Damn you, Frontier.
Damn you, Frontier.
I didn't know what happened.
No, seriously, because of the producers and all that, I have to sit down and watch 8-6 again. It's been a while. It's like, was he killed in this or not? You know, but I
that bullshit. It felt lazy. It felt like, everybody knows all the history behind it, all the story and all this other shit. The Druids and how Weinstein called and fucking, no more Druids, take them fucking robes off and all this other shit. And it felt like they just needed it in a nice little Donald Pleasance, rest in peace. But yeah, just Loomis, man, that was.
Meet Us in the Man Cave presents Winter. Go fuck yourself.
Only available at Bubba.
Once again, Jake, you're stalling.
Oh, okay.
I'm blaming you for everything.
How's that? My number 2. Okay, I actually changed this, but Little Buddy from Halloween 3. I love that death. It was so creative, so cool, and oh my god, it was just perfect. And he was a little asshole.
Yeah.
So
That's a good one. I forgot all about that. That was impactful because let's face it, today, as Halloween 3 is appreciated, that is because there's people that still squirm with all the damn insects and snakes and shit. Yeah, he was a little asshole, especially his.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Especially with the damn. Shut up, Scott. All righty. Now, Chris, this is going to probably feed more into what you meant behind all this. My number 2 is.
Oh, I have a feeling
These next two, by the way, are kind of. They have a certain importance, I think. Fuck it. I'm not going to try to measure it out here. And Chris, I have a feeling you already know what I'm going to say. Rob Zombie's H2. We'll just leave there. And then, of course, Annie Brackett. You know what? I'm sorry. I'll delete this out. I'm going to delete this part out. I'm serious. I'll delete this part out. I want you to have it.
No.
I don't know what else.
No.
I got to do it. Folks, by the way, I was going to cut this out because I could tell Chris is passionate about this. So sorry for butchering it for you, Chris. Unless you want to do you want to go ahead and say your number 2 real quick? 5, 4, All right. Annie Brackett, of course, from Rob Zombie's 2. Danielle Harris's. Chris and I have already talked about this in one of our previous podcasts from episode 1. That scene with Danielle Harris, where naturally, of course, we have Michael Myers. Of course, we all know who's playing Michael. It's just now it's getting so damn personal, because when I listen to Danielle Harris's and Taylor, how it really affected her when she's seen Danielle Harris laying there on the floor, and she got very emotional about it. And of course, the voice of Chucky, Sheriff Brackett, how incredible he was in that scene. You know what? I'm just going to leave it at that. Chris, what's your number 2?
You know where I was going to be with that. And honestly, no, you didn't ruin it. That's how these lists go. But to be honest, I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way. That's my number 1.
Okay.
That it on a whole other level, like especially seeing those pictures of her being young and stuff like that, when Brackett was holding her, that just being a dad of girls, like that just tore me up, man. And anybody can say whatever they want about Rob Zombie, but he fucking nailed
I'll
that
tell you what,
scene.
I'm starting to actually enjoy Rob Zombie's versions more and more as time goes by. I really am. The acting in all of them are better. Yes, there are some, some of the dialogue is a little over, but you know what? There's not a perfect Halloween film out there. Yes, even I'm a fan of the H1. I don't need to go there, but there's things about Rob Zombies I just appreciate more than what I'd seen recently. Why am I telling you? You guys know this shit already. It's like, yes, Scott, we know. But yeah, that scene was just incredible.
It was, man, it was gut-wrenching. It was heartbreaking. It was beautiful. It was all of it, all in once. And it just, man, that scene fucking hit me hard. So that is my number 1.
Yeah. Listen to Scout Taylor Compton talk about it. It still affects her to this day. Even Tyler Maine didn't like it.
Yeah.
Jesus. Rob Zombie, you knocked it out of the park as far as I'm concerned on that. Well, I'll tell you what, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, damn it. Jake and Frontier. Yeah, you know what? It was your daughter's birthday recently, and that scene really, I get it. If you want to do your number 2, that's fine. It's your show too.
Yeah, number 2, just for this strictly narrative part of it, it pretty much set everything into motion. I feel like I have to make it at least number 2 is Judith.
Oh, son of a bitch. I was hoping none of you would do that. See, Chris and I have been doing this podcast too long.
It set everything in motion.
Chris and I have been doing this show way too damn long already. Fuck.
It has to be.
Okay, Jake, it's your birthday, but I'm going to go ahead and skip because that was my number 1.
Please.
Judith Myers started it all. If Michael, let's just say, let's pretend in the alter universe, whatever they're calling it. I can't keep up with this shit. Multiverse. Thank you. Let's say, okay, we get everything we witnessed in the beginning. He goes, grabs that knife. He goes upstairs. And let's say all of a sudden Judith is a badass and she defends herself. Then that's the end of Halloween franchise.
Cut.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the books. There you go. So Judith Myers, you're right. That's what did it all. I'll leave it simple because it's our birthday, boys. Number.
You're my number 1.
This is hard. I had one in mind, but I had Dr. Loomis in mind, but y'all, Chris said it, so maybe you know what? This is crazy. But Tina. I love Rachel, but I liked Tina as well. She was a good character. She was funny. She was she had life. She had a personality. She was never sensible. She could help it. So Tina from part 5.
They did kill her off?
Okay.
I don't remember. I can tell I'm growing up. because I forget this stuff. So there you
it was real sad. I mean, she was laying in the field, she was, all she wanted was for them to run. She kept saying run. That was real sad.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
and there went her career.
By the end of it, you cared about
In
her.
all
for sure.
seriousness, and I'm just asking Jake and Chris, the actress who played Tina, has she gone on to do anything else? I mean, I didn't follow her career. Has she gone on to doing anything else?
I have no idea.
I think she might have, maybe a TV show or something, but I can't totally speak on that.
I mean, I've heard nothing but nice things about her, as a person and all that. I didn't follow her career or anything like that. Not that I followed everyone's career from the franchise, but I think you guys know what I mean here.
Are you a complete loser? Well, go open a can of Meet Us in the Man Cave beer. It friggin' tastes awesome.
Drink responsibly. Only available at Bubba.
Tune in for episode 9 because I didn't do what's that fucking beer you're drinking? It was a Heineken Light. Of course, Chris, before I do hit that button, what you were drinking, Orion Geist, I'm sure of it.
You know it, buddy. This is called Side Quest.
I believe I seen that in a local grocery store here recently. And Jake, are you pounding anything down tonight on your 36th birthday?
Mike's harder than the
Jake's into that hard stuff, if you know what I mean. Seriously, folks, thank you so much. Jake, thank you for joining us. Happy birthday. I know I've been ragging you, but that's what we do here. You're still very young, so enjoy it as much as you can. Hopefully time will take its sweet ass time for you in the next 365 days, if you know what I mean. Thank you for supporting our podcast here, Jake, with what you're sporting there. The gray does look good. I do like the gray. And for all of our loyal listeners and viewers out there, seriously, I can't thank you enough, especially our regulars out there. I know we joke around here a lot, but we're taking a break from the real world. And that's one of the reasons why I'm hoping that you join us, meet us down here in the man cave, take a break from the bullshit. Listen to us. Maybe we'll inspire you to crack open a beer or your favorite beverage while you're listening or watching us. Join us. Meet us in the man cave.
Listen to something that doesn't require brain cells. Just hang out.
That being said, guys, I'll see you next week as we meet on episode 9. Tickle that fucking button.
Goodbye.
Jeez.
Chris and I want to thank you for listening or watching Meet Us in the Man Cave. Since you enjoyed watching us, make sure you want to tell all your friends about us, subscribe today, and click on that notification bell. It's going to be helping you being reminded when our next episode is uploaded or even possibly a live stream video. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. You can listen or download to Meet Us in the Man Cave on your favorite podcasting app, available to stream or download so you can listen to us all you want, whenever you want. For more information, go to meetusinthemancave.podbean.com.